Welcome to Mentorship Mondays, a podcast dedicated to the entrepreneur in you. See, here at Founders, we believe that every person should have a shot at being an entrepreneur. However, going into business, especially for the very first time, can be very intimidating. That's why in this podcast, our goal is to help people who are business owners going into the business for the very first time, have business ideas, or is still deciding whether or not a business is the correct route for them. We do this by discussing real-life topics as it pertains to certain industries, as well as tips and strategies on how to help you become a better entrepreneur. Again, welcome to Mentorship Mondays. All right, very first episode. In this podcast, we have RP, Ryan, and Chris. Hey, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Exciting day today.
Yes, it is. Episode 1.
Episode
All right.
1, yes. Okay, so before we begin, I think it would be ideal no na bigyan muna natin yung mga tao na nanonood sa atin, may it be in YouTube, Spotify or wherever you are, or this podcast is reaching you, however that is. I think it is the best first step for us to give them an idea first on what we do here at Founders Cafe Incorporated. So Chris, can you be so kind to do that?
Yeah. So, hi, guys. So, again, my name is Chris. Me, RP, and Ryan, we are business consultants here at one of our companies, Founders Cafe Incorporated. Our physical office is in Makati City. So, a bit of background. Like I said, we are business consultants and we help clients set up their own business. So that's what we do on a daily basis. So
Correct. Yes. So if you have followed me, so hi guys, my name is RP Argonza. So if you've followed me before, then you know that I have a trading company, which is Argonza Trading. Founders Cafe is basically the training and consultancy arm of that company. In Founders Cafe, this is where we offer all of our business courses, may it be the ones in the food and beverage industry or our self-help or self-enrichment workshops like our marketing, what else? Our business mentorship program, all of those. We do those here at Founders Cafe. Okay? Right. And one of the reasons why we are starting this podcast, Mentorship Mondays, is because we understand, as business consultants, obviously, one of the most common questions that we get here is, RP, Ryan, Chris, paano ba mag-umpisa ng negosyo? Okay? Kasi like what I said earlier, starting a business, especially for the very first time, can be intimidating at times. Totoo naman. Okay? Kasi alam nyo naman, tayo dito sa Pilipinas, a lot of us, we're not exactly groomed to be entrepreneurs when we grow up. Okay? A lot of us here, ang goal ay maging, let's say, when you're a kid, your teacher asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Remember that commercial? Di ba the answers normally are, gusto ko maging engineer, doktor, piloto, lawyer, okay? Which, again, all in good, well in good careers, okay, admirable careers, pero at the end of the day, it's not exactly preparing you para maging isang negosyante handling your own business. So what normally happens, and this is actually what a lot of our clients look like, magtatrabaho ka for 20, 30 years, makakaipon ka, then finally gusto mo magnegosyo. The problem is, yung ginawa mo nga for 20, 30 years is not exactly a stepping stone sa pagiging negosyo as far as knowledge is concerned. Ipon, yes. So now, you will enter in sort of a gamble kasi lahat ng inipon mo, gagawin mong negosyo. And it would be, in our opinion, it would be great if there is a program like this one na maybe you can listen to and pick up a point or two.
yeah, I agree. So that's what Mentorship Mondays is all about, right? Hoping we can share our knowledge to people who are listening.
That's the reason why we are here, guys. Kasi nga, pagdating sa business, marami kang dadaanan. For example, you will fail at some point. All right? Hindi puro success ang pagbe-business. Kumbaga, may certain ladder na dadaanan ka or experiences. Okay? Just like what we are doing now, we are doing this on Mentorship Mondays because kami nga, hindi pa rin kami expert in our own venture, in our own journey. So, we are encouraging you, guys, whoever is listening right now, na tell us your story. Anong nangyari sa inyo? Maybe we can learn something from you, or we can learn together, and stuff like that. So, tulungan tayo. All right?
Yon, very well said. Thank you, Ryan. Actually, that is key. What Ryan said is extremely key to what we are doing here into all of this. Kasi, so we are not claiming, no, not by a long shot, we are not claiming to be the experts in everything. Okay, we are just saying na as business consultants, we do have something to offer, pero kami ourselves, we are very much open to additional learning. So if you, I don't know, if you hear something here and you think you have something to contribute, please do not hesitate to let us know via the comments, may it be on YouTube, Spotify, or in Facebook, because we're going to be posting this in all of those platforms. We would love to hear from you. And if you have questions, please do the same, because we would love to, again, if there is something that we can help you with, we would love to do that.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I think positive or negative, I don't
Yes.
think that we shy away from, if there was something that we said was wrong, or you think that something is better. Definitely, we are open to that. Just
Yes.
share your thoughts.
Tama.
Share your experience.
Yes.
Share ours. All right.
So to get the ball rolling, guys, on the very first episode, I guess it is only fitting, no, na tayo ourselves. Let's talk about siguro not all of them, kasi when you say a mentor, no, it's not exactly kailangan na meron kang nag-iisang mentor at yun na. As a matter of fact, ako with the people that I mentor in my business workshops, in my business mentorship programs rather, I encourage everyone na kung kaya nila mag-enroll into other mentorship programs, do so, kasi the more you learn from people, it can only bring you more positive things.
Yeah.
Okay? So, in line with that thought, maybe let's talk about one particular mentor that we each have. Okay? And how that helped us become the entrepreneur that we are today.
I guess I'll start.
Okay, Ryan, go.
So, siguro, simula is our parents' guidance. Again. Okay? How they nurture us, yung paglaki natin, yung guidance nila. Second was way back in college na. My professor, the business school or business subject na yun. So, was inspired. Pero hindi pa talaga totally nag-open up yung mind ko noon. So, it's just like, doing a business. My father is in business as well. So, yung parang, kikita ka, yung ganun. After nun, siguro, nung nag-work na ako, nag-start na ako nag-work, mas nagsimula na yung, hindi lang, pag business is kikita ka ng pera, pag kailangan may tao ka na, yung parang ganun. So, it's the way how you handle your people then. Alright? Yung mga ideas mo, yung ideas ng mga tao or people around you or the one who's working with you, yung mga ganun, kailangan you respect din. Or parang marami ding process. Hindi lang, dati kasi gusto ko business. Okay, may pera ko. Ito na. Simula tayo. Bili ng ganito. Pasahod ng ganito. Hindi pala ganun. Alright. So, yun, mga natutunan ko is siguro more on discipline. Discarte rin kung paano magsimula. And then, mas na-enhance yung pagka business-minded or entrepreneur ko with RP as well. Yan.
Second amendment, dapat bawal akong banggitin.
Konti lang naman. Dinaanan lang. Yan. Kasi dati, mahirap talaga maghanap ng mentors or mapagtanungan about business. Alright? Without social media, yung mga ganun. So, probinsya pa. Diba?
That's a very good point.
Oo.
Kasi ngayon, no, it is very easy to look for a mentor. Kasi even if that person doesn't know na minimentor mo siya, follow mo yung, like for example,
Yes.
ako, there are a lot of personalities na pina-follow ko and I learn a lot from them. They don't know me. Okay? I just watch a lot of their talks. I see a lot of their posts. I see a lot
Follow
of
mo lang sila sa-
exactly how they react to certain things. Yung ganun lang, ang laking bagay niya na. This wasn't present like 20 years ago. So, yes,
Mga
very good
ideas
point.
nila. Like how they handle their business, yung mga inspirations nila, yung inspiration codes. Like, doon ko lang. Kasi nung panahon ng social media, doon mo lang makikita lahat eh. Yung mga sinasabi nila, Steve Jobs, yung mga nakapag-motivate sa'yo as an entrepreneur.
That is correct.
So, yun. Mas madali ngayon kaysa dati. Mahirap talaga.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Ryan. So I guess I'll go next. So who is my mentor? So actually, I've been thinking about this, right? Well, first off, of course, as you would say, us also, my parents, I believe, are my real mentors. Until now, they are. I talk to them a lot, and I really truly value their opinion. So, hands down, they are my mentors, both of them. However, just to make things interesting, right? I'll name other people. To name other people rather than my parents. Actually, it's hard for me to think of another person, right? And if I were to recall my life until now, would say that I don't really have a mentor, like someone who really guided me towards things that I was planning on doing. And if at first I thought that because I didn't know anyone, so who would do that for me, so that's why I don't have any mentors. But if I really look deeper to the real reason why I don't have a mentor, I think it's because that I had the wrong mindset.
Great point. Sige, Chris. What kind of mindset are you talking about?
I had a very dangerous kind of mindset where I thought
Dangerous. Ano niya?
yeah, it was
Katakot to
it was not good because it was a kind of mindset that I thought that I knew everything, right? I thought that mas magaling ako kasi sa tong tao na to, but at the same time, I was too afraid to do anything myself. So I was afraid to put myself in risky situations that I could have shown
kumbaga,
for sure.
Tatakot ka lumabas sa shell mo.
Something like that, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So
Or maybe natatakot ka magtiwala sa ibang tao.
pwede din, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it was really a bad mindset. Only maybe a few years ago where I realized that I was doing this and I had to I did change. And from a personal note, like knowing now, knowing what I know now, I realized how important a mentor would be.
Yeah.
I realize now that there are so many people that could have been my mentors, and I let that opportunity pass by. I could have learned so much and probably attained so much more, a few years ago, but I shut myself off. And from a personal note, that's actually why I am happy to do this right now. I'm happy to start Mentorship Mondays because I'm hoping that I can, be that mentor early on to some of our listeners, some of our viewers.
Who have the same problem.
nice.
Exactly, yeah.
Very good. Kasi, guys, actually, yung binanggit ni Chris, no, that's a very real thing na is happening in the business in the business world right now. So a lot of us, there are actually studies behind that kind of thinking. One of them is the Dunning-Kruger effect, kung saan you misjudge yourself based on your capabilities. So a lot of us, we look at ourselves and we immediately think na napakagaling natin. That's a common psychological thinking, actually. And like what Chris said, it can be a very dangerous spot for you to be in. Kasi that is not how you go into what we call the growth mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be mentored kasi, or to mentor someone, no, first, that someone has to, want to be mentored. Kailangan muna, willing siyang tumanggap ng mentorship bago mo siya ma-mentoran. Otherwise, it'll be like talking to a closed door. Literally, walang pumapasok na kahit ano.
Yeah?
Okay, so very good. Thank you very much, Chris. That's actually extremely helpful. So if there are people there na you think in some level you are similar to what's happening to Chris, you heard it from him, no? Na he could have learned so much so early. Or excuse me, very early. But unfortunately, because of his mindset, which is not allowing people or not allowing himself to think that there are people better than him, thus na he can learn from, he was able to miss those opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay, sayang. Kasi time, guys, is the one thing that you will never be able to get back.
Actually, I have the same experience with Chris. It was mga siguro high school until first year college. Mga ganun. So, ang akin naman is different. Was afraid to to be judged. So, I have the right
Fear
ideas.
naman of failing.
Yes, the fear. So, I have the right ideas, the right question sana for, kasi may mga or mga speaking engagement about life. Pagdating mo ng college, diba? Mga parang magre-reflect kayo for one day, may ganun.
Correct.
Sometimes may mga visitor kayo, a mentor or something. So, for me, that time was, yun, parang takot ako magtanong. Pero alam mo yung, siguro, dahil sa takot mo, ayaw mo ma-judge, magtanong ka ng ganun, or advance pa yung tanong mo or something. So, sa mga tao dyan na medyo, or takot pa, about, if may tanong about business, alright, that's the reason why we are here. Mentorship Mondays. Don't be afraid to ask questions, or ask us, anyone, or RP, or visit RP's page, Facebook. So you can ask a lot of questions there about regarding business.
Ask us sabay, ask RP. Parang, parang lugi ko ron.
Ikaw yung may page eh.
For now.
For now.
Okay. For now. Kasi
Yeah.
very soon, guys, we're gonna be launching the pages of Christopher Estacion and Ryan Carl Magriña. So stay tuned.
Yeah. And share ko lang. So, like one story. Like I remember, like I do watch, like speakers talk about motivation or whatever. And I remember most of the time when I listen, they say something, and then in my mind, like, di naman ganun yun. Dapat ganun yun. That kind of mindset.
Ayaw tumanggap na.
Yeah, it was, and then dapat ganun yun eh. And then just criticize without saying that, without actually doing something about it. So anyway, that was the kind, just to give a glimpse, I guess, what kind of mindset I had.
Yeah, that's yan ang pinaka nakakainis coach sa lahat. Yung tao na ang tingin sa sarili nila napakagaling nila. Kasi yun yung pinakamahirap matuto. Okay, kasi when you think na you're already the best at everything, then there's nothing for you to learn. Ikaw na yung the best eh. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, and a lot of times yung mga magagaling pa, sila pa yung natatrap diyan kasi nga magaling eh. Okay, not knowing na yung mga magagaling, mga truly great ones, understand one very important thing, one very important thinking or idea when it comes to business or anything that you can be great at. The truly great ones understand this. Very simple. You never stop learning. Okay, and the moment that you look at yourself and you're the greatest at everything, then you stop to learn from other great people na may possibly be better than you, and you could have the opportunity to learn from them, pero dahil nga ang taas ng tingin mo sa sarili mo, hindi mo nagawa.
Yeah.
It's pangit na mindset.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
How about you, RP?
Okay. Me. In terms of mentors, obviously, you guys mentioned your parents. I'm gonna have to do that as well.
Gaya.
Okay, pero in my case, as far as business is concerned, it's kind of hard not to mention them kasi it is pretty apparent in what I am doing right now, na a lot of the things that I do are patterned sa kanila. For example, my dad is a strategist. I am a business strategist. That's literally my title. Strategical planning and development. That is our consultancy firm. And my mother is a restaurateur for 40 years. As you guys know, a lot of the business workshops that we have here revolve around the food and beverage industry. So I look at myself as sort of a combination of the both of them. They are the two best business people that I know. Okay, I'm not talking about from a personal level na how they mentored me as a person. I'm talking about from a business standpoint. What I do is literally a combination of what they do, because that's what I've seen my entire life. That's what I've seen them do. That's what I know how to do. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, but in the spirit of not talking about your parents, then so I've had the great pleasure being mentored by a lot of people. Okay, I've studied under a lot of great personalities, a lot of great entrepreneurs. Pero I'd have to say na one of the most helpful sa akin came when I wasn't even an entrepreneur pa. Okay, it came from the guidance and mentorship of one of my bosses when I was still in the BPO industry. So as a new up-and-coming manager at the time, I had a boss na, I don't want to mention her name na, because unfortunately she is no longer with us. She passed on, God rest her soul. And I don't want to, have people listen kasi medyo kilala siya. So I don't want them to listen just because I'm mentioning her name. Okay, and I remember when I was promoted, because I was promoted just a few months when she came in, and I had one of the highest rated teams at the time. But as a new team leader, I did things a little bit differently than my other co-team leaders or the other supervisors that we had in that account. And for that, I was criticized a lot. Actually, I was I was called a lot of names. I was called ano ba to? My favorite one, I was called a cheerleader kasi wala raw akong ginawa kundi i-cheer lang yung team ko. Okay, kasi in my team I had like a certain principle na i-install ko sa kanila. And the first one is yung pinaka feeling mo ba sa trabaho. My idea is very simple. Pag masaya ka sa trabaho mo, maganda yung performance mo, period. Again, baguang manager pa ako nito, wala pa akong alam nito. So, mga simpleng ganun pa lang. Okay, so I did stuff na a lot of my superiors didn't like. And the entire time, I thought na she didn't really notice what I was doing. Okay, so one time, something happened na I was given a promotion and one of our high-level executives took that promotion away from me. Upper management na pala, sorry. One of our upper management people took that promotion away from me kasi he said na si RP wala namang ginawa yan kundi matulog sa couch, ganun. So, ginano niya. And I was made aware of that comment. And it's okay. But the problem was, because of that, medyo it messed with me eh. Nakita ko na parang nagkaroon ako ng idea na ay, hindi pala to ang dapat ko ginagawa. So I started to change my strategy. Exactly. I started doubting myself. Even though I was one of the highest performing leaders at that time. So when I started to change the things that I was doing, medyo bumabagsak yung scores ko. So one time pinatawag ako ngayon nito ni boss. Okay, this person who I am not going to name. Pinatawag niya ako. Kinlose door meeting niya ako and she asked me, RP, anong ginagawa mo? I thought the answer or the question was, because ang baba nga na scores mo, ano ba ginagawa mo? I said, boss, I'm really trying, ganyan. Sabi, yes, I understand that you're trying, pero I think you're trying it in the wrong way. Sabi ko, what do you mean? Sabi, so I'm aware of what's happening. I am aware na some kinds of comments reached you, and now you are trying to model yourself towards these people, and I am here to tell you na do not do that. So nagulat ako. So this was ito yung pinaka-boss naming lahat. Ako personally nagulat ako. So this became a weekly thing. She would call me once a week sa office niya and she would teach me, random stuff eh. Even stuff on how to deal with certain employees kasi I had one of the most isa sa mga taong na-handle ko is one of the most controversial people in our account. The very first time na meron literally nag-log out, nag-walk out. So the very first time na merong isang hente tumayo na lang umuwi. Hindi alam kung anong gagawin dahil wala pa naman nangyayaring ganun eh. So even yung mga ganun, she was teaching me how to handle all those stuff. And looking back at that now, ang laking influence ng lahat ng natutunan ko kay boss. Lahat ng natutunan ko sa kanya from that time na to how I handle my employees now, my people now. Kasi I learned it. I learned very, very quickly from that. And that only happened for like a couple of months. I think if I'm not mistaken, mga 6 months lang. Okay, pero it happened every week. Siguro we missed 1 or 2 weeks. Pero moving forward, sobrang dami ko natutunan doon. I was able to apply that to the point na when she passed on, nawala na ako ng gana mag-work doon sa company na yun when I started my own company, my own firm. A lot of the management strategies na I learned from her, I applied here and I must be doing something well kasi 11 years after, nandito pa rin naman ako. And I am very thankful for, those few short months na I had the pleasure of learning from her. Okay, and the great thing about this is this was sort of our thing eh. Nobody knew about this. Okay, and nung ako nga bumisita ako sa wake niya, one of the, baka maiyak ako, hindi naman. One of the really parang I don't wanna say reaffirming kasi it was her wake, no? Pero talagang na-touch ako kasi when I went there, so I went there with Ives, my co-leader at that time, and Lexter, the guy who made some of my tattoos and is inaanak ni boss. I was introduced to her siblings. And when I mentioned her name, one of her sisters said na, ikaw pala si RP. Nakikwento ka sa amin ni boss. Nakikwento ka sa amin ni boss. She was very happy na bilis mo raw matuto, ganyan. So ako, As in, I had to step out kasi feeling ko, hindi naman ako naiyak, pero muntikan akong maiyak. Okay, kasi until pala sa kanila, kasi apparently what they do is, she was very close with her family, nagdi-dinner sila every night. And in those dinners, na ikikwento niya yung mga nangyayari sa amin, yung growth ko, ganyan. And I was very happy. Okay, and one of the things nga na, aside from my parents, no, I am, kung pwede lang syempre, gusto kong, tuwan-tuwa ako na napapakita ko sa magulang ko yung mga nagagawa ko ngayon. Pero another person I would really love to show this to is boss this person. So ayun. That's one of the most helpful people sa akin as far as my growth is concerned as a leader. Okay? And in terms of a business, a lot of the things that you will do in business will have to do with how you are as a leader. So to me, this is extremely important.
Yeah, I agree. And if I look at that story, like there's two things there, right? So one, I think that when you were doing something different, right? The moment that she pulled you aside and she told you, that, hey, what are you doing? Like that guidance that probably improved you or probably saved you like how many probably months or years of time that you would have probably doing the
Correct.
wrong thing.
Or another way to look at it is she probably saved me from going down an entirely different path. Kasi I could have been an entirely different kind of leader.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so I think that's a nice note to end our first podcast on.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you guys? To the people who are still listening to us right now, is there a particular someone, a mentor that stands out that you believe has helped you become a better entrepreneur, maybe even a better person? Okay, so with that question, we leave you for this podcast. Till the next podcast, again, my name is RP.
My name is Chris.
My name is Ryan.
Good day, everyone.